Welcome to our deep dive into the Vancouver real estate market for 2025. You're thinking about making a move, you say. Well, we've got some insider insights for you and to help you navigate this crazy world.
That's right. It can be a wild ride out there. But don't worry, we're here to break it all down for you.
And we're turning to a true expert in the field, William Liu.
Oh, William knows Vancouver real estate like the back of his hand.
He's been buying and selling here for, over 30 years?
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, his insights are pure gold.
Let's jump right in and see what William and his team at eXp Realty are seeing in the market.
Sounds good to me.
So let's start with the basics.
All right.
Average price per square foot and days on market.
Music to my ears.
Looking at the data, one neighborhood really jumps out.
Which one is that?
Kitsilano.
Kitsilano, the heart of Vancouver. Cool.
It's hot, all right.
So what are we seeing there?
The average price per square foot has surged to 2,288 hours.
Oh.
That's a 90% increase.
90. Wow. So Kitsilano is the place to be right now.
Well, it's definitely attracting a ton of buyers. But there's a little catch.
Uh-oh. What's the catch?
Even though prices are sky high, properties are taking a bit longer to sell.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're averaging around 54 days on the market.
So maybe buyers are getting a little hesitant?
Could be. Even in a hot market like Kitsilano.
It makes you wonder what's making them think twice.
Yeah, it's a good question. Sometimes a slowdown in sales, even with rising prices, can be a sign that the market is about to peak.
Oh, that's really interesting.
This is where an expert like William Liu can be so valuable.
Totally.
He and his team have seen these cycles play out time and time again.
Right. They know what to look for.
Exactly.
So speaking of market shifts, William's analysis also highlights Cole Harbour as a completely different story.
Yeah, Cole Harbour is a whole other animal.
Prices there have actually dropped.
Big time. By over 40%.
40%.
Down to $823 per square foot.
Wow. So what's going on there?
It seems like the luxury condo market is cooling off a bit.
I wonder why.
It could be a few things. Maybe an oversupply of condos.
Okay.
Maybe a shift in buyer preferences.
Interesting.
Or even just broader economic factors.
It's hard to say for sure without digging a little deeper.
Exactly.
So does this mean there are deals to be had in Cole Harbour?
Potentially, yeah.
It sounds like it could be a great opportunity for buyers.
Especially those looking for a deal.
But you always have to remember that every property is different.
Couldn't agree more.
And you've got to look beyond just the price tag.
For sure.
Things like property taxes, strata fees if you're buying a condo, the overall condition of the building. All those things matter.
Absolutely. And this is another area where having an experienced realtor like William can be a huge advantage.
They can help you see the whole picture.
Right. They can help you evaluate each opportunity carefully.
Weighing the pros and cons.
And ultimately making the decision that's right for you.
Yeah, that peace of mind is priceless.
You got it?
So let's say I'm a first-time buyer in Vancouver. What should I be looking for in this market?
Well, one of the first things William emphasizes is the impact of rising interest rates.
Yes. Interest rate's always a factor.
It can really affect your buying power. So getting pre-approved for a mortgage as soon as possible is crucial.
So important to know what you can actually afford.
You said.
Now, what about neighborhoods? Are there any hidden gems out there that first-time buyers should be checking out?
William often recommends Cambie.
Cambie. Okay.
Yeah, it's got solid growth potential, and it's attracting a lot of buyers, especially families.
Okay, why is that?
It's got a central location and good schools.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Cambie for those playing the long game.
Yeah, long-term value.
But what if I'm looking for a deal right now?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Cole Harbour might be worth a look.
Okay.
But again, do your research.
Due diligence.
Look at individual properties carefully.
Don't just jump at the first shiny thing you see.
Those potential bargains can come with some unique considerations.
Right. There's always a trade-off.
Having someone like William Liu on your side to guide you through all the ins and outs of the market.
Yeah, that can be so valuable.
It really can.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a potential deal. But having a seasoned pro to help you navigate it all.
Can make all the difference.
For sure.
William and his team can help you make a smart and informed decision.
That's what it's all about.
All right, so we've talked about some of the overall market trends.
Yeah, getting a feel for the big picture.
Now let's zoom in and take a closer look at some specific neighborhoods.
I like it getting granular.
You might be considering.
Yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Finding the right fit for your lifestyle and your goals.
Absolutely. Speaking of fit, we talked a lot about Kitsilano.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone wants a piece of that beachside lifestyle.
Yeah, Kitsilano definitely has that allure. Beautiful beaches, trendy boutiques, vibrant energy.
Yeah, it's got it all. But as we saw earlier, it also comes with a pretty hefty price tag.
That's right, over $2,200 per square foot on average. One of the most expensive neighborhoods in Vancouver.
Okay, so let's say I'm thinking about buying in Kitsilano. What are the key things I need to consider?
Well, first things first, be prepared for that high cost of entry.
Make sense?
You'll be competing with a lot of other buyers, so you need to have a solid financial plan in place.
And this is where having a realtor like William Liu on your side can really make a difference.
Oh, absolutely. William and his team, they know the Kitsilano market inside and out.
Yeah, they've been doing this for a long time.
They can help you navigate those bidding wars and all the negotiations that come with buying in a hot market like Kitsilano.
So they can help me avoid overpaying?
Exactly. Make sure you're getting the best possible deal.
That's crucial.
They can also advise you on the different types of properties available in Kitsilano.
Okay, like what?
You've got charming character homes, sleek, modern condos. They'll help you find the perfect fit for your needs.
That personalized guidance sounds incredibly valuable.
It is, especially in a competitive market like this one.
All right, so Kitsilano for those who can afford it. Now let's switch gears completely. Let's talk about Marpole.
Ah, Marpole, a bit of a different vibe.
Yeah, you mentioned it as being particularly attractive for families.
It is, known for its more affordable prices, quiet residential streets, and family-friendly atmosphere.
So it offers a bit more breathing room for those who might not be able to swing Kitsilano's premium prices.
Exactly. You get more space for your money in Marpole, and it's a bit more laid back than some of the busier neighborhoods closer to downtown.
But it's still well connected to the city, right?
Oh, absolutely. Marpole is conveniently located near the Canada line.
Easy to get downtown.
Easy to get to the airport.
Perfect. Now, what about schools? We know that's a top priority for a lot of families.
Marpole has some excellent schools, both public and private. In fact, William Liu often recommends this area to families who are looking for that combination of affordability and good schools.
Best of both worlds.
Exactly. And it's also worth noting that Marpole is undergoing some significant redevelopment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bringing new energy and amenities to the area.
So it's a neighborhood on the rise.
I think so, with the potential for strong future growth.
Interesting. Okay, so we've got Kitsilano, the high-end option, Marpole, a bit more affordable, family-friendly.
Right.
Now let's talk about Cole Harbour, synonymous with luxury living.
Cole Harbour's stunning waterfront views, high-rise condos.
The epitome of luxury.
It's a prestigious address for sure, but as we saw earlier, there might be some opportunities for buyers to snag a deal in Cole Harbour right now.
We talked about those price drops, over 40%.
Yeah, a significant drop. It's definitely creating some buzz among buyers who are looking for a luxury property at a more attainable price.
So what are some things to keep in mind if I'm considering buying in Cole Harbour?
Well, even with the recent price drop, it's still a high-end market.
So I'm still going to need a substantial budget.
You will. And it's also important to consider the costs beyond the purchase price.
Like what?
Property taxes, strata fees, those can be quite high in Cole Harbour.
Okay, so factor those in.
And this is another area where having a realtor like William Liu can be invaluable.
I'm sensing a theme here.
He and his team, they can help you evaluate each property carefully, assess the potential risks and rewards, guide you through the complexities of the Cole Harbour market.
They can help me make a smart investment decision.
Exactly, even in a market like Cole Harbour.
All right, so Cole Harbour, luxury with potential for some deals.
Right.
Now let's move on to a neighborhood that you called a bit of a hidden gem.
Oh, yeah, Cambie.
Cambie, we've touched on it a bit already.
Yeah, especially its appeal to families.
So what else makes Cambie stand out?
Well, for starters, it's centrally located, easy to get to other parts of the city.
And well connected by transit.
Absolutely. The Canada line runs right through Cambie.
So downtown Richmond, the airport, all easily accessible.
That's right.
Now what about amenities? Shops, restaurants, things to do?
Cambie has a great mix. Local shops and cafes, larger shopping centers, and it's also home to Queen Elizabeth Park.
One of Vancouver's most beautiful green spaces.
It is.
So it's a neighborhood that offers a good balance. Urban convenience, natural beauty.
I think so. And it's also worth mentioning that Cambie is undergoing a lot of redevelopment.
Oh, really?
Attracting new residents and businesses.
So a neighborhood with a lot of potential for future growth.
Definitely. And that's something that William Liu and his team are very attuned to.
Yeah, they're always looking ahead.
Looking for neighborhoods that offer that combination of current value and future appreciation potential.
Makes sense. Now, before we move on, I want to circle back to something we talked about earlier. The importance of working with a knowledgeable realtor.
It's crucial in a market like Vancouver.
Why is that?
Well, a good realtor can help you navigate the market, understand the different neighborhoods, find the right property for your needs, and negotiate the best possible price.
They're like your guide through the real estate jungle.
Exactly. Helping you avoid pitfalls, make informed decisions,
And they can also help you access off-market properties.
which can be a huge advantage in a competitive market like this one.
So how do I find a good realtor? What should I be looking for?
First and foremost, experience in the Vancouver market, preferably with a proven track record of success.
Someone who knows the ins and outs of each neighborhood.
Right. And someone who's a good communicator, listens to your needs, someone you feel comfortable working with.
Makes sense buying or selling a home is a big decision. You want to have a realtor you trust.
Absolutely. And speaking of great realtors, William Liu and his team at EXP Realty, they really fit the bill.
They do. Decades of experience in the Vancouver market. Known for their expertise, professionalism, commitment to client satisfaction.
They have a very client-centric approach, taking the time to understand your unique needs and goals, working with you every step of the way.
Sounds like the kind of support you need.
It is. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought.
Okay, go ahead.
We've talked about a lot of different neighborhoods today, each with its own unique charm and character.
Yeah, a lot to consider.
But ultimately, the best neighborhood for you is the one that fits your lifestyle, your budget, your long-term goals.
It's not about finding the best neighborhood overall, but rather the best neighborhood for you.
Exactly.
That's an important distinction. And that's where having a realtor like William Liu on your side can be so valuable.
He and his team can help you narrow down your options, weigh the pros and cons of each neighborhood, and ultimately find the place that feels like home.
So if you're feeling a bit lost or overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out to William and his team for guidance.
They're a fantastic resource for anyone looking to buy or sell in Vancouver. Now let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive into some more specialized topics, like schools, safety, and investment strategies.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive into Vancouver real estate. We've covered a lot of ground, market trends, neighborhood spotlights.
Now it's time to get even more specific.
Okay, love it.
We're going to delve into some specialized topics that might be particularly relevant for you.
Like what?
Schools, safety investment opportunities, things like that.
Perfect. Yeah, those are definitely top of mind for a lot of folks, especially families thinking about making a move.
Absolutely. So let's start with schools.
Okay.
We know that for families with kids, the quality of local schools is huge, often a major deciding factor when choosing a neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a huge priority for parents. And Vancouver is known for having some pretty amazing schools, both public and private.
That's right. And certain neighborhoods really stand out when it comes to educational opportunities.
Okay, like which ones?
Well, Dunbar, for example.
Dunbar, yeah, beautiful neighborhood.
It's home to Lord Byng Secondary,
Heard great things about that school.
known for its strong academics and diverse programs.
But I imagine the quality of life in top-tier schools come with a premium price tag.
They do. Homes in Dunbar tend to be on the higher end of the market, but many families feel it's worth the investment.
Yeah, I can see why. What about other neighborhoods with great schools?
Kerrisdale is another popular choice for families.
Kerrisdale always seems to top the list for best places to raise a family.
It consistently ranks high for both schools and overall quality of life.
So what kind of schools are we talking about in Kerrisdale?
Well, there's Point Grey Secondary, for example.
Okay, excellent public school.
Yeah, it is.
Now, if you're looking for something a bit more modern and up and coming, what would you recommend?
South Cambie.
South Cambie.
Okay. It's a rapidly growing neighborhood with a mix of new condos and townhouses attracting a lot of young families.
Yeah, I've heard good things about South Cambie. Lots of development happening in that area. Are the schools keeping pace with that growth?
They are.
Okay, good to know.
Eric Hamber Secondary is a highly regarded public school in the area.
What's it known for?
Strong academic programs and extracurricular activities.
Sounds like a great option.
Yeah.
So it seems like families have some really great choices in Vancouver, depending on their budget and priorities.
They do. And of course, we can't forget about private schools.
Oh, right, of course.
Dunbar, Kerrisdale, Point Grey, they all have a concentration of top-tier private schools.
Like which ones?
St. George's Crofton House, West Point Grey Academy.
Yeah, those are some of the most prestigious schools in the city.
They attract families from all over the world.
But of course, that comes at a cost.
It does. Private school tuition can be a significant expense, so it's definitely something to factor into your overall budget.
Absolutely. All right, so we've covered schools. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about safety.
Okay, another important consideration.
It's a top concern for a lot of people, especially families and retirees.
And rightfully so. Fortunately, Vancouver is considered a very safe city overall. But some neighborhoods are known for being even safer than others.
So which ones stand out when it comes to safety?
Kerrisdale consistently ranks as one of the safest neighborhoods in Vancouver.
Kerrisdale again, huh?
It's got a low crime rate, strong sense of community, plenty of well-lit streets,
It's also very walkable.
which can contribute to a feeling of safety, especially for seniors.
What about other safe neighborhoods?
Dunbar is another one with a reputation for safety.
Dunbar, okay, yeah.
Quiet residential area, a lot of families, very low crime rate.
So if safety is a top priority, Dunbar and Kerrisdale should be on your list.
They should, and it's interesting to note that many of the neighborhoods with top-rated schools also tend to have lower crime rates.
Makes sense. Families often prioritize safety, and their presence in a neighborhood can create a more stable and secure environment.
It's a positive cycle for sure.
All right, so we've talked about school safety. Now let's shift gears one last time and talk about investment opportunities.
Okay, yeah. Vancouver real estate has a history of strong performance. It continues to attract investors from all over the globe.
But it's important to remember that real estate is a long-term investment, not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Absolutely. Patience and careful planning are key. And it's essential to do your research and understand the risks involved.
So for those who are looking to invest in Vancouver real estate, where are the hot spots right now?
Well, one neighborhood that's generating a lot of interest is Cole Harbour.
Cole Harbour, interesting.
As we discussed earlier, prices there have softened a bit recently, creating a potential opportunity for investors to get in at a more attractive price point.
Buy low, sell high. But is Cole Harbour still a desirable location?
It is known for its luxury waterfront condos, proximity to downtown.
So the long-term growth potential is still there.
It is, and as the market recovers, investors who bought in at a lower price could see significant gains.
Any other neighborhoods that investors should be keeping an eye on?
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant, okay.
It's a rapidly gentrifying neighborhood.
It's got that cool hip vibe.
It does, and as the neighborhood continues to evolve and attract new residents, we're likely to see continued price appreciation.
So Mount Pleasant offers that combination of current value and future growth potential.
Exactly. Now, before we wrap up our deep dive, I want to emphasize one more time the importance of working with experienced professionals.
Especially in a market as complex and dynamic as Vancouver.
Absolutely. A knowledgeable realtor like William Liu can provide invaluable guidance to both first-time buyers and seasoned investors.
They can help you navigate the complexities of the market, avoid costly mistakes, ultimately find the property that's right for your needs and goals.
They're your trusted advisor, your advocate, your partner throughout the entire real estate process.
And speaking of William Liu, his team at XP Realty is a fantastic resource for anyone looking to buy or sell in Vancouver.
They have a deep understanding of the market, a proven track record of success, and a client-centric approach that sets them apart.
So if you're ready to take the plunge into Vancouver real estate, whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, reach out to William and his team.
They can provide the expertise, the guidance, and the support you need to make your Vancouver real estate dreams a reality.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Vancouver real estate in 2025. We've covered a lot of ground market trends and neighborhood insights. Hope you found this information valuable.
Remember, knowledge is power, especially in the world of real estate. So do your research work with the right people, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
And most importantly, enjoy the journey. Finding the right property in Vancouver can be an exciting and rewarding experience. We wish you the best of luck in your search.
Happy house hunting.